Hey you guys, good afternoon. Let's do a quick market wrap. We had the VIX control the price action today. Let me get over here to the daily. We gapped up over this large GEX at 16 and hit the 1719, and then right here on the RTH session, or just before the RTH session at 6:30 a.m., um, they came in at this 1.25 times the VIX range, 1.25 times VIX range, and 17 started loading up with almost the same amount of GEX as 16 had. So not quite as much, but enough to push it down. So that was really reinforced on the RTH Open. And it went all the way back to test 16, and that held because of that large amount of GEX is still there. It didn't leave. So the GEX 16 stayed put. All those contracts stayed on it until the end of the day. Um, and 17 kept loading up. So 17 kept growing in size to reinforce the pressure to go down to 16. It was interesting. So I can't wait to show you guys this website. You're going to love it. It is far better than bar chart or any of the other sites. Okay. Um, it's got real time, access to data, and this is deploying all contracts, and that's another distinction. Bar chart, I think, just shows you the current contract. This shows you can select all contracts, and when you use all contracts like that, you get the total picture of what's happening on that current day um, for that level. And that's absolutely the way you want to look at VIX, is to see all the contracts. And by saying all contracts, I'm going all the way to 2026. So I'm going from July, August, September, October, November, December, January, and it's going out February and March. So I'm going up to March of 2026. And all of those, I mean, ended up being um, it, the 17 just grew and grew and grew up, and then that reinforced that selling pressure, the negative GEX. Okay. One day soon I'll be able to show this to you. I'm waiting for them to finish it, but I guess it takes time. I mean, as detailed as this website is, you're going to really like it, I think. And it's for ETFs and stocks. So they have the VIX and SPX. The Quick Strike has the SOFR and futures. So now they have everything. They've got stocks, ETFs, and futures and currencies, um, and some forex, even on Quick Strike. Okay. Now we're going to have everything. All right. So let me get back over here to the daily, and you can see that the market initially sold off, then rallied, tried to get a rally back up, with the ball crushers, but the market initially sold off right here at the daily one, and so this is where they started coming in and pinning it. And in fact, they did pin it. And why is that? It's the bell curve. They had already moved their risk out. And so when it comes back to retest, that is held. And so that is a very good demonstration of variance trading. You get your bell curve out, you can see it left the one, it went to the two, and it went to the three of the R ball. And then came back in and tested the one, and it held. And just sort of went flat all afternoon. So kind of a suck trade day, but it was Friday, late in the week, as far as, Friday is late in the week, but as far as, they're not going to give up their profits from the week either, right? So we were right in the middle of the weekly range, and still in that upper end of the monthly, holding the 62.40, and the quarterly is looking, still holding above that 90-day three. And that, goes through September 30th. So I'm not sure how long that's going to last, to tell you the truth. The high is probably already in my opinion. The dealer is already short. Looking at this as, NQ contract, unless we go into tails. Could we go into tails? Sure, we could go into tails, but will we? That's another thing. We could go flat and just zipper this for a while and down to the lower end and then just keep bouncing up and down in there. But that would be brutal. I think we're going to break it and come back down 10%. Be somewhere in the middle of this range by October 1900. I mean, a 10% correction is healthy for the market. It's not really bad. I mean, you need a pullback once in a while, right? Crude rallied all the way up to the R-ball 3, went to the daily 2, and then pulled back at the level, and then finally broke it and went to the R-ball 3. And held. That's a good day for crude. And gold went to my target and pulled back and gave us a shitty afternoon. Had all the pre-market trading and hit the daily 3. Gave a little bit of a wick, went up to a 1.25% of this daily 3 range. Pulled in. This was the close and this was the open. And then pulled back. And so the rest of the afternoon, most of the day of the RTH trading session was just crap. All of the move was in the pullback. And for Bitcoin, it had the big rally yesterday, the day before, and flattened out, which, is to be expected after big moves like that, big gap out. And this was a quarterly level. So it is very bullish market. So I think we have plenty of time to get higher in Bitcoin. I've heard that people, on Twitter saying everybody's selling out and yada yada yada, but the government is going to be buying Bitcoin for its stable coins, and there's no way that it's going to be a bearish market. I mean, it's almost like it's got a guaranteed um, better than the split. I mean, you've got a guaranteed purchase schedule if the government gets involved in that and starts putting Bitcoin into its treasury or treasury coin, stable coin. So yeah, I think it's very good market. So MQ, VIX, ES all perform pretty spectacularly considering the oversold nature of the markets, and I'm just expecting to see some pullback at some point. So maybe that will come next week. Next week on the calendar, there are inflationary reports right away next week. Big week next week. Monday, nothing. Um, it's not even on the calendar. So what's going on Monday? Do we have another holiday? Um, July 14th. So Tuesday, there's nothing on July 14th. I'll have to go see. Is that even a holiday? What's going on that's so unusual? Tuesday, we start the CPI and PPI. Wednesday, CPI. Tuesday, CPI. Wednesday, CPI. Thursday, retail sales. Friday, more inflation numbers, Michigan and Atlanta Fed. So hang on to your sombreros next week. If there's ever a week to get the volatility, that is going to be it. So what in the world? Why is there no data on Monday? That is so unusual. Um, Monday holiday. No, July 14th is not a federal holiday, so it's just there's no data for Monday. So maybe Monday is the day it starts selling off. There's nothing to block it, right? So it's either going to be flat or there won't be anything to hold it back. There won't be anything to hold it up or hold it back. The Wild West on Monday. All right, guys. Maybe people will start, trying to front run that CPI. I don't know. Okay, so y'all have a great weekend and appreciate you. And we'll do a more comprehensive market wrap for subscribers this weekend.